Hello everyone, happy New Year's to one and all here from LM Simulation. So, today we're back in the wonderful world of Train Sim World 4. Well, I say wonderful, we'll get into the video now, we'll just dive straight in and I'll kind of explain where I am at with Train Sim World 4 at the moment. So, let's just dive in. Today is our first look at a route that I should have probably looked at a long time ago, and this is a proper New Year special for you. We're going onto the Midland Mainline, which is probably a route I should have done quite a while ago. I have had it for a while, so... anyway, we're going to be doing the 158 initially, and then moving on to something else. So there's a scenario that I did earlier, at some point earlier in the month, and I quite liked it. 5 Delta 08 from East Croft Depot to Nottingham. Now, I had to sort of mess around with the weather, so instead of having dynamic weather, I wanted it to just be a bit sort of light snow. That'll do, to be honest. So, let's just get started, jump in, and find out everything that you need to know about the route. So here we go, 5 Delta 08, East Croft Depot to Nottingham. This is an empty coaching stock, Class 158, in East Midlands Trains colours, that forms a service to go to Norwich. And then at Norwich it forms a 4-car service for Liverpool Lime Street. So, let's jump in. All cold and dark in the cab at the moment, so I am going to turn the game sound up for you just a tad, because it is very loud in the menu, but not very loud in the game, if you see what I mean. So, first of all, cab light will come on. I need to unisolate things and this, that and another. And daylight will sort of rise as the snow falls outside, nice and gently. So in terms of unisolating things, GSMR is already on. I'll turn the vigilance on, and then just have a look over here. There's the AWS, you've got to unisolate that, and turn your TPWS on as well. Don't have to do that in other train sims, but you do have to in this one. So turn the GSMR on. Let's have a look what we got here. Instrument lights are on, destination on. I will turn the saloon lights off, just because obviously we're empty coaching stock today, and I'll have our heater on high, even though you can't really hear it. I'm going to put us on night headlight. Oh, that brightens things up, doesn't it? Wow. And I'll take our DRA off because you no longer need it. Master key can come on. There we go, that's lovely. That's your AWS already done. So let's put us into forwards now. That's where we're going. And just bear in mind it is a little bit frosty out here, so it will be quite interesting in terms of traction power. But we're not going to be going very fast anyway. I think it's 5 miles an hour in the depot, and then up to 15 when you're on the main line. So let's have a look outside. Wow. This route looks fantastic in winter, that's for sure. I've only played this route a handful of times just to make sure it works, and yeah, I quite like it. I really like the 158, something different, and I think we needed a new modern multiple unit, certainly worthwhile having. But this is East Croft Depot, East Midlands Trains, Nottingham East Croft LMD, and then behind here you have the Colas Rail Depot, also at Nottingham East Croft. There you go, that's 5 miles an hour. Nice little frosty weather, as you can see. Yeah, and those saloon lights turned off, so we're coming off from East Croft Depot now onto the main line. Yeah, not a bad horn, very similar to the Class 158 in Train Sim Classic. I do like the East Midlands Trains livery, in fact I quite miss it. Stagecoach did actually quite well with tarting these up. At one point, I couldn't tell the difference between one of these and a South West Trains 158 or 159 or whatever the hell they use down there. They're all very similar. Well, they still run these to this day on the route between sort of out of Nottingham and East Midlands Railway still have these, so it's worthwhile having. So, this is going to be a route review as well, so I'm going to be reviewing the route and what basically you get with it and stuff like that. We're going to be doing a bit of everything. There is going to be a bit of cut and paste, if you see what I mean. So this is like part 1 of the video, and then there's going to be a part 2, which will happen once we're in Nottingham. Right, so that's us onto the main line, so let's get us up to 15 miles an hour. Yeah, you're going to get wheel slip in this weather, you certainly are. There you go. So we're coming in to form this Norwich service. I'll turn the cab light off actually. I don't know why we've got the cab light on. Shouldn't be driving with the cab light on. And it's got the wipers on slow as well. Just to get rid of this snow that's on the tracks. Well, it's not on the tracks, but on the window. And then we go into Nottingham station. Just turn that game sound up a tad more. There we go for you. We're just speeding now, so I'll take our throttle off and we'll have a quick look around Nottingham station. We've got a bit of time, and then we'll be joining our train, which I believe is at just before 8 o'clock towards London. Don't worry, you're not going to have to wait till 8 o'clock. I will just fast forward the video. You know, bit of editing magic, you will never know the time went by. You really will. It's not a huge route. I haven't really seen many large routes in Train Sim Classic. Train Sim World 4. I have in Train Sim Classic, obviously. You know, the Midland Mainline route in Train Sim Classic is ginormous. And it's only ever getting bigger. We're waiting for our Buxton extension next. So there you go. That's us in Nottingham. So we'll return to free roam. I will put us in neutral for the next driver. Turn the master key off. Nope. Okay, obviously you've got to put it into full service. Where's the wipers? Park. Yeah, let's put it into park. And then turn that off. Master key comes out because that's mine. Rightio, so yeah, that's us in Nottingham. So I'm now going to leave the train, if the doors will let me. Ooh, what am I doing? There we go. Oh gosh, you don't know, we don't want the front over. What the hell are you doing? This is funny, this. There we go, let's get out. You've also got a guards panel as well, which is very much like you got it on the class 323, which I was looking at earlier. Which I really want to explore more about, whether you can be a guard on this train. That would be absolutely fantastic. But anyway, that's us there in Nottingham. So let's have a little explore around Nottingham. So this is the Norwich train. As you can see, it forms the 752, which calls at Grantham, Peterborough. Is it Ely next? Yeah, Ely, Thetford and Norwich. Yeah, not too many stops, that's not too bad. And then you've also got the workshop train as well. Very nice. Nottingham, Bulwell, Hucknall, Newstead, Kirkby, Inverness. Oh no, Kirkby and Ashfield. Sutton Parkway. Mansfield. Mansfield again. Mansfield. Woodhouse. Gosh. Shirebrook. Oh yeah, that's where they do the wagons. Langwith. Whaley. What? Langwith Whaleythorns. Cresswell. Some of these stations, man. Cresswell, Whitwell and Worksop. So that basically calls it everywhere and the world. And then you've also got the Newark Castle trains, which are the ones that go to Crewe as well. Obviously this time in the morning I don't think we'll have anything going in that direction. Towards Crewe. They usually start at Derby at that time in the morning. But anyway, let's just have a little explore. So you've got your barriers here looking quite interesting indeed. Obviously they're sort of stopping you from getting to certain places that are just like where the map ends. So this is your main platform. This is the platform I believe we'll be departing from when the time comes. It's very busy for our early morning train to London, and we'll be working this train up here, the 752, Nottingham to Nottingham. I think it's like a sort of shunt manoeuvre, and then it comes in and forms not the 0912, that'll be a bit too long, but there's a 0756 to London St Pancras, which I believe is East Midlands Parkway and London St Pancras only. So, having a look around the station, I think it looks fantastic. You've got some nice sort of bits and bobs here, there and everywhere. It does look like Nottingham, certainly. Very much from Train Sim Classic, the original Midland Mainline. It really does look like Nottingham for sure. So yeah, looking around the station, it's a pretty basic Trainson World 4 station. You don't have too much assets, which is good, because that means I'm getting a solid 74 frames per second. Very good, can't argue with that. More than I get from Flight Sim. There's nothing on this platform at the moment. Platform 4, currently empty. I mean, my walking, very, very loud. If you clean up rubbish, I believe you get some bonus points. There you go. Litter cleared up. There you go. Obviously, you've got the very much pinky, dark skies showing the snowfall. Not too sure what's happening with the snow on the platforms, but yeah, very interesting indeed. This is another platform here. I don't know where the destination display is for this one. Oh, Derby, calling it Beeston, Attenborough, Long Eaton and Derby, formed of 2 coaches. Platform 4. I can only assume that's this platform here, is it? Maybe? Or here? No, this platform here, but that's Derby. Oh, you can go to Derby on a 158. Right, I'll try that in another video. Keep an eye out for that, because what we're doing next is not a 158. It is something a little bit more interesting. So, while we're waiting for our train, the 0756 to London St Pancras, which by the way is on the other platform, I don't really know what's happening here. This really confused me when I tried this out, so I might need to contact Dovetail Games just to ask about this. You've got 2 trains departing at the same time to London. Very confusing. But our train's over on this platform, so while we wait for that train to come into the station, I will just, using the magical works of a thing called editing, which I absolutely love, really, really love editing, I will magic us and the train will be right there in front of us. So, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, here we go. And with the magic that's editing, here we are, and none other than the Class 43 HST from East Midlands Trains is in front of us. This is something I've definitely been wanting to drive for a long time here on the Midland Mainline. We've got the original Mark III coaches as well, with the original seating. I'll just have a quick view inside here. You've got the nice original seats here, which the old fold-down tables. Various charter companies now have these, whether it be LSL, various different companies. Oh, there's another one! Hello! It's getting busy here at Nottingham, isn't it? So, yeah, better go ahead and unlock the doors and get everyone on board on this HST. There you go. It's done it for me. And let's get ourselves ready to go. So we need to unisolate the DRA, make sure the DSD is not isolated. There is also an isolation thing over here, I believe. Is there not? Let's have a look. AWS is normal, yeah, that's fine. So now what we'll do is we shall put our master key in, put us into normal, reset that. Got to put the wipers on. There's only one setting for the wipers for the looks of it, unless there's a wiper speed button. I don't know where that is. Is that it? Yeah, there you go, wiper speed. Yeah, that's a bit better. The snow's going to be coming down thick and fast. So, that's your brake test. Engine stop, engine start. Various different buttons here. Gauge dimmer is up at 100%. So, as I said, we've got the rear power car mobilised, which is good. So that basically means that it's got all of its ECH running, which is nice. Got a cab light there and stuff like that, which is nice. I think it's very similar to the, obviously, the one from Great Western Express back in the day, if you remember that. This is a very similar bit of kit, for sure. In a moment, we'll be departing, bound for London, just getting our last passengers on board. That is a view to admire. It really is. Let's get a screenshot of that. Really good indeed. Look at that. That is a very festive photo indeed. Probably be the thumbnail for this video, to be honest. But you've also got doors everywhere, to be honest, that you can press. I'm not too sure if you can open these guard compartment handles. I don't think you can, which is a bit sad. It'd be nice to do that, but you've got all of your information on there and stuff. But yeah, time to go. Time to head towards London. Let's put us into forward. Take the train brake off. And then just wait for us to depart. Hopefully that's us moving. Or it should be. I've got a DRA on or anything. It takes so long to move, doesn't it? And there we go. Just got to remember that with the weather at the moment, you're going to have a lot of issues with wheel slip and stuff like that. So I'm just going to creep out of Nottingham nice and slowly. We've still got a door open. Oh, bloody hell, I thought we had a door open there. I was going to put my hands up in the air. You know, emergency stop and all that. Bloody hell. So there you go, that will be factored into my review, I can tell you that. I mean, it's trying so hard to be a really nice add-on this at the moment, but certain things are just not working in its favour. Notwithstanding the fact that you've got a HST, I mean, immediately that really does. In my mind, any add-on that comes with a HST or anything like that, yeah, I'm happy for that. Especially one that's, I don't know whether this is literally a copy, but I don't think it can be because you haven't got the the ATP installed in this one. This is VP185, so maybe it's actually been modified. But I tell you what, really, really good. Really enjoying it. But I don't think we're going to keep to time, unfortunately. And that beautiful sunrise sky as the snow falls is gorgeous. Really, really nice. You can see how the sun's sort of behind the clouds. Really nice effect. I praise that game for that, that's for sure. Right, let's see if we can get it up to notch 4. I don't want to really do that before we get to 30. And by the time we get to notch 4, we'll be up to 80, as you can see the speed limit there. So we're just stopping at East Midlands Parkway in Leicester, according to this. So there you go. Let's put us into notch 4 and see if it's happy. Yeah, it seems to be okay. I know it won't be happy in notch 5, for example. Look, if I, yeah, see, start to get wheel slip from notch 5. So notch 5 is about 50 miles an hour in this kind of condition, as you see. So it just makes the acceleration a little bit slower than usual. But I can assure you that people in the depot will be thankful when you're putting less stress on the engine. That's for sure. So once we get to 50, I should now be able to lock us into 5. And then that's max. Yeah. Oh, that sound. And I want 5.8. Oh, this is fantastic. How can you not like this? This is really nice indeed. It's just because the sound of the HSTs really sound great. Why have we got 43073 on the front and 43073 on the rear? Yeah, that's another thing I'll have to bear in mind. It's like it's got some really niggling, glaring errors like that. You know, obviously the numbering system of the locos. That's a very basic script, so I don't understand why that can't honestly be resolved. Especially this add-on is not new by any stretch of the imagination. It's been out for a long time, and I am very sorry it's taken me this long to reach it. But I thought it'd be worthwhile to do something as explosive and as sort of interesting as this for our Christmas special. Definitely. Well, I say Christmas special, New Year's special is probably the best way to see it. So, good old question to one and all. I hope Santa was good to you. I hope he brought you all the presents that you wanted. Especially to those who haven't watched my Christmas video that came out on the 25th of December. Do go ahead and watch that over on Train Sim Classic. I was exploring up in Scotland using the Class 320, I believe. Just exploring a whole new sort of route series that's come out. And I'll be exploring more of that, I can assure you. But yeah, it's definitely the route for me, this. I can see can see it being quite interesting. So let's take a quick look at the route map. So we started off over here in Nottingham. This is that HST that's next to us. Oh, there you go. So just over here we had Eastcroft Depot, which is where we started out on the reception line and brought that 158 in. That's now left and head towards. Yeah, it's gone this way towards Nottingham, towards Norwich. So we headed out here from Nottingham, and you've got the route up here. I think that goes towards sort of, is it Langley Mill, that sort of area. That's the route that goes to the other side of Towton. So you've got, this is Beeston, I think it's Beeston Sidings if I'm remembering that right. We've already passed that. And then you've obviously got, this is the Link Road, and then this is Towton TMD here, which I've not actually had a chance to explore yet. I'd really like to have an explore of Towton, so we'll see if there's any scenarios that involve Towton, but it is included in the route by the looks of it, so we'll have a look at that. Then you've obviously got, this is Long Eaton here, heading towards Derby, and you do have this is HST heading towards Derby at the moment. You do have Derby included in the route. So Derby's up here, this is Chaddescombe Sidings here, this is Derby Station, HST is just about to leave, heading south. This is East Etches Park Depot here on the right, and you've got, this is the RTC on the left here, as well as Litchurch Lane. Interesting, wonder what that is. Something in Litchurch Lane. So we'll have a definite explore of Derby in a future video. Not going to be doing everything in this, this is just going to be a brief sort of explore. But there will be a proper explore of Derby. We'll do that train that goes between Nottingham and Derby with the 158, and we'll then have a good explore of Derby once we get there. So Derby RTC now no longer just Network Rail and Colas. You've also got Rail Operations Group, who have their headquarters here in Derby RTC as well. They actually have their headquarters in a building just about here at Derby Station. So now we're heading round, we're about 2 miles from East Midlands Parkway. We're never going to be on time into East Midlands Parkway, no way Jose. I'm just going to take our speed down because we've got 70 coming up. There we go, that's fine. Just keep us there for the time being. But what do I think of the route so far? I think aesthetically, as in what it looks like, it looks fantastic. It's really, really nice to have the Midland Mainline finally in Train Simulator. You know, we've had dashes of the East Coast Mainline. You know, we've got bits of the West Coast Mainline in terms of like Blackpool and stuff like that. That is a separate route from Just Trains. Their first route for Train Sim World 4 involving Blackpool and Preston. That is something I'll be exploring at some point over in the new year once we get to 2024. Although this video will be coming out on New Year's Eve at 6 o'clock. So if you're watching this on New Year's Eve, Happy New Year's Eve to one and all. This is your New Year's Eve special, by the way. I'm filming this obviously far before the time because at New Year's I'm going to be busy and all that jazz. So I just wanted to get things out there for people. So now approaching into, this is East Midlands Parkway, which is our first and only station calling point prior to getting into Leicester. This is Ratcliffe Power Station here on the left hand side with a big cooling towers. I can't wait. I don't know if that will ever get knocked down or anything like that. I don't think so because it's still in use today, Ratcliffe, to be honest. So. There we go, that's us into East Midlands Parkway. Perfect. Lovely, lovely snowy scenes here at East Midlands Parkway for our first and only calling point prior to Leicester. Let's open the doors. There you go, just about get out. Wonderful scenes here at East Midlands Parkway with the smoke coming out of the stacks there, fantastic indeed. And it feels very festive. It still does feel quite festive, which I like. I just love this HST. The livery on it is gorgeous. It really is nice. East Midlands Trains, wow. I can't fault it. I really can't fault it. Really, really good. So we'll get ourselves on our way in just a moment. Oh, I don't know what's happened there. Can we get back up? There we go. Is there a way to get back into the cab, or have I? I think I've glitched the game. Unfortunately, there you go. I'm in the cab now. We're all good. Let's lock the doors and get on our way. Now that is a momentous view. Let's get that properly. There we go. Oh, I really love that view. In fact, that is perfect for something called the photo mode, which is where you can basically move about and position yourself in the perfect position to get that gorgeous shot that you're looking for. So I'm just going to zoom in just a little bit, or move forward just a tad, just to get that Radcliffe Power Station in the background there, looking superb. And then in the camera settings, this is the part that I love the most. You can increase the exposure just a tad and the brightness massively, which I think will make the scene look great, and increase the saturation. There we go, looking nice. And I'll decrease that vignette. I don't like having the vignette. Just increase the exposure. There we go. Yes, it is still starting out. There we go, and take the screenshots. Save and upload. Success, lovely. Now we can exit and watch our train go past. Off it goes towards London. And as I said, it doesn't like notch 4 until you get to 30 miles an hour, clearly. If I go into notch 4 now, yeah, you'll just get loads of wheel slips, so it's not going to be a fast run up to 100, but we'll get it up to its max speed, I can promise you that. And off we go. So here we go, heading towards Leicester now on this service. So let's have a look further towards Leicester. So heading towards here on the route map, you also have, this is Loughborough Brush. The brush works at Loughborough, which is still active. I think this is one of the Great Central Railways, because there's two Great Central Railways. I don't know whether they're in competition with one another, but one of them's the Great Central Railway North, and the other one's just the Great Central Railway. It's a bit confusing. I've never been on the Great Central Railway. I'd love to, but this is the sort of area it's at. Probably one of my aims for next year. This here is Humberston Road, is closer to Leicester, so this is Mount Sorrel quarry area here. If it's a quarry, I don't really know. I think it's just a stone terminal or something like that, but it's got wagons in it, so we'll be able to see that when we come past. Heading towards Leicester now. This is the way off to, I believe, Melton Mowbray, that sort of way. And obviously old Dalby test tracks down there as well in that direction. And then heading towards Leicester, you've got a nice little 158 heading towards Leicester there. You've got these are the other ones. These are Humberston Road sidings here. Leicester Lit, Loco Inspection Point, which is the home of GBRF. Cryer used to also be the home of Rail Operations Group, but they're no longer there anymore. And then you've got Leicester itself there. Right, let's take us up to its max speed. I love how it kicks up the snow like that. That is a lovely effect. Very nice indeed. It might not be the brightest scene in the world, but it's very, very nice. And I like that. It's not trying to be brighter than it actually is. It's quite dull, which is what it would be in these conditions in real life. It wouldn't be ludicrously bright. So I wonder how fast we can get this loco up to before we hit Loughborough, which is our next station that we'll be passing through before reaching Leicester in 15 miles. I know we can definitely get it up to its max speed. It's not fast, it's not incredibly fast. Here's another one. I love driving it. I think in terms of AI, they don't really have the same feeling. You know, I feel how heavy this is. I feel how much of a struggle it is to get it up to a max speed because of obviously the power distribution and whatnot of the old VP185s. I just don't have that feeling that the AI is the same. It kind of, the AI just feels like just a train. It doesn't actually feel like a HST. I feel that if a HST passed, it'd be a lot louder than that, I can tell you that. I'm lucky enough to have had a cab ride between Paddington and Reading when I was in another life on a HST, a Great Western Railway one, and it was wonderful, really, really good. Back when they were operating, that was out of Paddington. That was fun. It was interesting because the DAS, the driver advisory system, sorry, which is fitted to the Great Western Railway ones, basically tells you that once you get to about 115 miles an hour, just take the power off and coast pretty much. Because, you know, to keep to time, they don't need notch 5 and 125 miles an hour. They don't. They could keep to the timetable on notch 3 at 115, which is a bit sad because we never actually hit 125 miles an hour, because by the time we got to, I don't know, Hayes and Harlington or Ivor or somewhere where the train would normally be hitting 125, the DAS was just saying coast at 115. So yeah, it was a Bristol Temple Mead service. Obviously first stop Reading, so nice little run at 115 miles an hour in a HST. I've done 125 but never in the cab, so that's very sad. I thought that was going to be the moment, I thought that was going to be the opportunity, but sadly not. So that day is still to come. I'm going to try and take us up to as high a speed as possible. I think we're getting up to Loughborough Brush shortly. This is it. And there we go. That's us flying through Loughborough, and there's the Brush. There's the Brush building. Fantastic. 115 miles an hour. You've got your nice little destination sort of things here. Lincoln, Leicester, London St Pancras, and then you've got services there to Nottingham and Sheffield. Very nice indeed. So we're only 10 miles now from Leicester. We really are barrelling along though, so we're doing a very good pace. I don't know why I haven't turned that off. Wipers are on. Why are they not moving then? That's bizarre, isn't it? Very bizarre. There we go. Oh, we've got to get down to 110 surely. That's sad, isn't it? Very sad indeed. 8:21 in Leicester. Shouldn't be an issue. Should be okay. And then we can go back up to 115 in a sec anyway, so... Oh, the sounds are spot on though, really, really good. And the 158, I give its credit where credit's due, the sounds in that are really, really nice. Cannot argue with that. What station is that? Always interested in these. Barrow upon Soar. That means we're next to Mount Sorrel, I was about to say. That's where Mount Sorrel is. There we go, there's Mount Sorrel sidings there with the stone terminal. Nice HHA wagons, and you've also got a few stone wagons here down there as well. I think these are JNAs. There we go, a few JNAs as well. Lovely. We're on the verge of having a brand new wagon pack being released by, I think it's Skyhook Games, is it? That are doing the TEA wagon pack for £9.99. If you want my honest opinion on that, and I will say it, that is ludicrous. Absolutely ludicrous to charge £10 for something that is effectively a base wagon and a few very poor reskins, because they're not actually doing anything that's branded, so there's no Mirko ones or there's nothing like that. All you get is stupid little red and black and like every colour under the sun type ones. I just think it looks like it's probably worth about £4.99 if I'm honest. Certainly not worth the whole £10 that they're expecting you to pay. So I certainly won't be looking at getting that until there's a sale on, and then I'll probably grab it. It'd be nice to have some different wagons in the game, but I would like a company like Skyhook Games or someone like that to create a wagon sort of multi-pack. So you get in that brand new J&As, the wagons that they're currently changing over at Derby RTC at the moment. You get various different wagons, MXAs, stuff like that. I'd like a nice little rake of different wagons. I mean, we haven't even got FEAs in the game at the moment, I don't think. We've only got the low-sided container wagons at the moment, so it's very interesting. There is certainly a demand for new wagons in the game. I just don't know whether I don't think it's worth just having one wagon at a time. I think it'd be nice to have a selection of wagons in like a big pack. Someone could do a 12 Days of Christmas and make a fortune from that, I can tell you that. But unfortunately, people just don't have the common sense to do that, you see. So anyway, this is a route review for for the new Midland Mainline. I think the sounds are spot on. The scenery is fantastic, especially with the winter scene on. And that at Ratcliffe was gorgeous. I loved Nottingham. I think East Midlands Parkway is pretty much spot on from when I visited. We've got yet to do Derby, but that'll be in a future video. And I'm just about to check Leicester out. But at the moment, it's clinging on to a solid 7 out of 10. And I'm going to put it up there. Very good. It's a nice route, 7 out of 10. Oh, no, I haven't done that again, have I? Keep pressing E, because in Train Sim Classic, to reset the driver vigilance device is E or numpad enter, but it's confusing because in this game you press E and you stand up. Very bizarre. So yeah, definitely a 7 out of 10. The whole issue with numbering on locomotives and doors remaining open when they should be shut when you're leaving. There's little glitches here and there that really spoil the experience. And also the fact that there's no Class 222. This route should have been a 158 and a 222. We've already got a HST. All you have to do with the HST is reliver it. It's not that special. Going to be speeding here, unfortunately. Yeah. See that happening. As you head towards Leicester, it'd have been nice to have a 222. I really think a 222 would have been fantastic in this game. Maybe that's a future DLC further down the line, but yeah, I'm a big advocate for having a 222 in this game, and Meridian would be wonderful, especially in the new East Midlands Railway livery. But it will probably be in East Midlands Trains, but I can't complain about that. I think the 222s in the EMT looked brilliant, really nice. Certainly couldn't complain about that. So here we go, now approaching into Leicester. So you're going to have Leicester loco inspection point on the left here. You've just got the storage sidings here. In real life, absolutely chocker full of Class 56s and 60s and various different locomotives that are long-term stored. Can't see anything in there. Oh, hello! Yep, there's your 37. Rail operations group 37. Massively speeding here. Could be going this fast at all. Nice to see a rail operations group 37 in there though. That sort of suits the time period because they were based there around the time East Midlands Trains were around. Obviously they then moved up to Derby to be reunited with their headquarters, which is in Derby. So there we go, that's us in Leicester. Let's have a quick look round Leicester and have a good summary of the Midland Mainline, this New Year's special. Very nice, first class lounge there and everything. Feeling very festive indeed still. There we go, that's done well. 27 miles, you don't feel like it, I'll tell you that. Anyway, there you go. So that's this service through to London St Pancras. 8:21, we're still on time, I'll tell you that. Very much on time. I love the snow-capped bicycles here, that's wonderful, that's a lovely bit of attention to detail. And here you've got the class 158777, very nice indeed, and that's heading up to Lincoln, East Midlands Parkway, Beeston, Nottingham, and further stations onwards. If you have a nice little look round, you've got empty posters, which include the route map for, I don't exactly think this is to scale, but there you go, you go all the way down to Cambridge. I don't know where Norwich is, Norwich should be on here somewhere if it's East Midlands Trains. Ely down to Cambridge and eventually Norwich down here. Nottingham, so the route that's included with this game is Derby to Leicester and Nottingham to Leicester, which is the big Y sort of here. It says East Midlands Parkway opening December 08. Bloody hell. Is it that old? And there goes our HST. Off to London. Very nice indeed. Yeah, so that's your route map. So you've even got Doncaster, York, Scarborough's even on there, which I quite like. Liverpool Lime Street, Hunts Cross, Huff Green, Widnes, Warrington Central. This is where I'm at in this sort of area here. And down to Manchester Piccadilly. And then you've also got the route main down south. That's fantastic. You've even got the Burton-on-Trent, Wellington, Belper. Lovely. And the sun's coming out. How gorgeous is that? I've been waiting for the sun to come out for a while. I think it's well worth having a quick look at this class 37 that's up here. Well, it was up here. I don't know where it's gone now. Right, it's still up there. Look at that, the sun rising in Leicester. What a gorgeous view. So, obviously never do this in real life, kids. But using the authorised walking route, we're heading over. I don't know what that was. What the hell? Ooh, very nice. I can already hear it. Had to do it. If there's a 37 involved, I have to be here. Very nice. Doesn't exactly sound perfect, but credit where credit's due. It's a nice model. It's a snow-capped model indeed. Look at that. Another HST coming in. Service to London. Very shiny, isn't it? Very shiny livery. From certain angles, you can see there it's really shiny, and then from other angles, it's not shiny at all. It's very weird, isn't it? So have a little climb up and have a look. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Tell you what, that's something to look at for a different day, that's for sure. But hey ho, there you go. So that is the Midland Mainline. So my final views are going to be, it's definitely a 7 out of 10. It's not a 6 out of 10. The aesthetics, the scenery, just the route itself is lovely. There's a few issues in the fact that it's far too short. It should be at least up to Sheffield and include the link from Nottingham to Sheffield. I think just to have it capped at Derby, Nottingham and Leicester is a very much a shortfall on behalf of the developer, unfortunately. So yeah, well worth it, but I just think it's just not, it's just, you know, it could have been so much better if that would have been done. And there were loads of bugs at release, you know, like with most things you see, so we had all those issues to bear in mind as well. and on top of that, you've obviously got the issue with the numbering of the HSTs, as I've just shown you, and the obviously the doors being open when the train departs, although I don't know what really happened there. So there are loads of issues that still really need to be highlighted, but overall it's a very nice add-on. I just wouldn't pay full price for it. I'd pay 20 quid, not 24.99 or whatever it's worth. So yeah, definitely. And also, you won't have the Rail Operations Group Class 37 here if you do not own it. It is a separate bit of add-on. It is not coming with the route, so you need to own this separately. As I always say, keep an eye out. There's plenty of Steam sales going on all the time. Well worth getting this bit of kit just to do the unit drags and whatnot out of Gillingham, down in the south coast. You've got a nice little Delna coupler there on the front. Very nice indeed, and I just think it looks fantastic. You can't really complain with a Class 37. I'd love it to be in the new livery. I'd absolutely love that. So we'll have a further look at that at some other point. But yeah, there we go. So that's my route review. That is your New Year's Day special here on LM Simulation. And there goes the 158. Very nice indeed. So as that heads off into the sunset, as will I. Have a wonderful rest of your New Year's, guys, and I'll see you next time here on LM Simulation. I'll be back because there'll be another video at the end of the month, at the end of January, and I'll be back in Train Sim Classic, probably to do some more tutorial type videos, stuff like that. I've got a few more things I'd like to sort of show people how to do, and that's very helpful for people. So yeah, if you've got any requests for any of my tutorial videos, just leave them in the comment section below, and we'll have a proper look at that. And I will have a look at that prior to doing the video. But in the meantime, I hope everyone's had a very lovely time, watching the video, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have, do feel free to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Don't forget to press that notification bell if you are interested in my future videos. And I will see you in the new year at the end of January here on LM Simulation. But from me and from everyone here, have a wonderful rest of your New Year's. Happy New Year, and welcome to 2024 on LM Simulation. All the best, do take care, and ta-ra!